Hello, I'm Bookfit, and we're back with more Artbreeder. So, let's just get right into it. First up, we got Todd. Todd really has a face that stares deep into your soul. Not just his eyes, his entire face just stares directly into your soul, and you can see your soul in the reflection. It drives a lot of people crazy. He also makes good scrambled eggs. Next up, we got Glips. Now, Glips, he may look like he's high, because he is. But he does no drug. No, Glips is high on life. But Glips is chill, don't worry. He's eating a lot. Wait a minute. Next we got Mitosis markama. So he started out just kind of looking like a cow. And he kind of was like, I can be even more cow. And yeah, slowly this happened. And by the time he realized, maybe this is less cow than I wanted. It was a little too late, but he's fine with his new look. You gotta love yourself. And Mitosis markama, he knows that. Next we got Scrabbles. Scrabbles is just a barrel of laugh. Of singular laugh. Yes, I know. So Scrabbles is kind of like a little cat. You can kind of see it in his face. But the thing is, he gets this exoskeleton. He just builds it up from anything around him. Mostly shells. He likes to find crab or lobster shells and just makes that his body. And he wants to look very human. I think he's doing a pretty good job. Putting forth a good effort, at least. Next we got Groove. Groove is a big boy. He is about the size of an ocean liner, and yeah, he likes to play fetch with sailboats, so kind of have to keep him clear of those. But he's a good boy. He if anything gets pulled under, then he helps him out, which is good because there's a dangerous thing in those waters. Next up, we got Mouse. Mouse can hear like for miles, and he has the kindest heart. He likes chewing on tree bark, on wires, on bones sometimes, but he always hears when there's an issue and is ready to deal with it. Next up, we got Petunia. Everybody's got that tall one in the family. Petunia's about 7 feet tall, which, not the tallest of all of the Artbreeder children. Remember Vask and Big Bingus. But Petunia is quite tall for a humanoid-looking thing. So she actually, she has a bit of modesty. She's wearing a coat, you see, but her legs can extend and give her about 7 more feet, so she can be 14 feet tall with these very long, thin limbs. Next up, we got Nate. Nate is a fun boy. He smiles. He's got a little duck bill. He shoots explosives, and he never chooses violence, but sometimes violence chooses Nate, and then he just has to spit some explosives. Bang, bang, bang. He loves ice cream, specifically strawberry. Next, we got Sklong. Sklong is a very watchful, careful guy. He's always making sure everyone's good. He's always strategizing, planning. If you see his weird little leg things down there, he can run at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Obviously not literally, and not exactly sure. It's kind of hard to measure. It's just kind of a blur. But yeah, Sklong is a very smart guy. He loves the Roadrunner from, old Looney Tunes things. So he says that's his role model. I don't have the heart to tell him Roadrunner's not real. But he's never asked, so that's good. Next we got Aurora. Aurora is quite large, about the size of a building. He uses his body like a refuge. If you look and see underneath, his body kind of forms like this little airtight cave, and nothing can get in unless he wants it to. So he'll just hang out, sort of like a movable outpost. And if there's danger, then he can just let people in and they can have a place to chill out. Next we got Pot. Pot is the image of positive energy. Yes, he did make me say that. Got his little nostril for breathing underwater or in lava or in space. I don't exactly know how it works in space, but he somehow manages. His back legs are real good for jumping. He can jump like 20 feet in the air. And his little ears actually work like wings, which by all known laws of aviation, bees shouldn't be able to fly, and neither should he. Next up, we got Broosh. Broosh is fast, but if you say, gotta go fast, he will stab you, and I will also stab you, but it's fine. He's got little mandibles. They're fairly well hidden. He uses that to eat rocks and dirt, and it's his favorite thing. He loves red clay. Red clay is his favorite. Yeah, his little quills actually have explosive juices in them, which sounds a little weird, but just, it's important to keep in mind. Next we got Tendu. Tendu has very watchful eyes, powerful bill, and one kind of weak leg. And you know, he's a real gamer, and Tendu is. He always likes playing the Wii, which is a little unfortunate since they don't make Wii games anymore, but he's fine. He's content playing Wii Sports for the 1000th time. No problem to him. Next up we got Kang. Kang is a leviathan in his own sense. He desperately wants to be added into Subnautica, and I wish I could put him in there, but it's unfortunately a little difficult. The Subnautica devs aren't answering my emails. But I don't tell Kang that. I say, oh yeah, it's in the works, But yeah, Kang he's a real big boy. He's one of the biggest, honestly, maybe 500 feet long. He's a real big guy, but he has the kindest heart. He actually has 3 hearts, but they're the three kindest hearts. Well, 2. One of them's not very kind, but you know, that's fair. Next we got Jerry. So Jerry is a little bug, and he crawls. Well, I mean, when I say little, he's 5 feet, so it's pretty large for a bug, but small compared to most of them. His legs, one of them's out, as you can see, but the rest of them are retracted into his body. When they go out, he can shuffle along real quickly. His back, the carapace, I believe is the word, opens up like a firefly and has light. Very bright. It's kind of blinding sometimes, but, you know, sometimes that's necessary. He's a real sweet dude, but he can get kind of grumpy, and then he kind of strobe lights his back end. Yeah, that's never fun. It's very straining on the eyes. Next up, we got Clumpo. So Clumpo is a bit of a mystery. He's about the size of a potato, and I know he's alive, but it's a little tricky to understand how he filter feeds from somewhere, so he doesn't need to move or do anything to stay alive. He's largely hamster, but also a little bit Wolverine, which is curious combination. All those real dark spots are his eyes, and the slightly less dark spots are his ears. And I don't know why he's taking in all that information, considering he doesn't move. Voice cracked. Good thing Clumpo didn't hear that. He becomes incredibly aggressive at voice cracking. Found that out the hard way. You don't want to get Clumpo angry. And lastly, we got Nicholas. So Nicholas is kind of a moldable flesh mound covered in hair. Kind of like a penguin. He was like, I want hair because I have lovely hair, as you can't tell, but I do, trust me. But he was also like, I need a face. And of course he didn't want to copy mine because, you know, you're not supposed to see that. It's kind of imperceivable. So instead he's like, I know who I'm going to copy. Nicolas Cage. And so he tried to do his best impression of Nicolas Cage's face. I think he did a pretty good job. He does a pretty good impression too. Nicholas, say something.
Of course. Another plant.
Not on the beach! A, B, C, D, E, F.
What's in the bag? A shark?
See, he's real good at it. I'm so proud of him. He's such a great actor. He'll be the next Ghost Rider before you know it. And there we have more children of Artbreeder. And I'll see you next time. Bye.